What's up, everybody? We're live on the streams. That's
Yay! And
that's at the Nina Blanco.
that's at
I'm at
Rob T Radio.
I'm at Rob T Radio. Um. Okay, so what did you just put on your story?
Oh,
You got all
breaking
excited about it?
news! Breaking news as of 5 minutes ago. Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco are officially engaged. They're going to get married. I'm so excited. Welcome to the family, Selena, as a Blanco.
Oh, is that what it is?
Duh.
Is that why you weren't rooting for me to end up with Selena Gomez? How dare you?
That's exactly, I mean, I got to be selective.
Trying to defend your other Blanco. My light is so bright.
It is. It is.
I
Is
bought
that a
a
new
new
light
light.
you've got?
And I did, because my old one broke. Here's the old one.
Oh,
All beat to shit.
in
It's so
shambles
bright,
and in
though.
pieces.
That's worse.
Oh, that made it worse. That is so much worse. Oh my
And then,
goodness.
should I just leave it off? Maybe I should leave it off.
It looks fine off. Can you dim it? You can't like dim it down?
Oh, there's a way to do it. Now ask me if I know how.
Do you know how? Wait, that's doing something. Yeah.
How's that?
Though. Lower. Still too bright.
I don't know that I can get it lower.
You can do it.
Okay, hold on. How's this? Do we like this better? I think we like this better.
Oh my God. Is this camping, telling scary stories when we're 12? I have to share a stream to my Instagram.
None of these are good.
I just took a picture of you all crazy to put on my story. You look like a serial killer. Like, you're going to give me nightmares. Stop that now.
Happy too.
Are you fixing your
I don't know how to
light?
work it, Nina. I don't know how to work it.
Work it, work it.
Okay. What else is going on? How's your vacation?
So good. It was a lot of fun. We had a good time. It was 4 days, 5 nights, and that was like, in my opinion, the perfect amount of time to go out there. I was like ready. I was not ready to come home to like cold weather and holiday and like just all the bullshit, but I was ready to come home by the end of it. I was like, this was a good vacation. It was enough time. I'm ready to get back at it. So it was great. And it was a lot of fun. I went scuba diving for the very first time in the ocean. And it was awesome. I saw
Wait,
an
you went
eel.
scuba diving or snorkeling?
Scuba diving, bitch.
Wow. Good for you.
2 years ago when we were working on the morning show together, do you remember when I was doing scuba classes?
I remember that you were going to. I don't remember that you did it, but
I did them.
oh, excuse
I
me.
did. It was 2 weekends in a row at A1 Scuba in Littleton. Shout out. And it was 2 weekends in a row, and then I had to do like my certification dive, and then we went on a little trip to frickin' Utah to, I forgot what it's called, and it was like this weird cave diving thing, and that's where I
To get
did
your
my
cert?
yeah, and that's where I did my certification, and then I did that, but that was 2 years ago. I haven't gone scuba diving since then, so I was all nervous and scared that I was even going to remember what the hell to do. But I did it, and I saw
Yeah,
all the things.
last time I did it was like college.
You've gone? You have your
Yeah,
certification? Why did you tell me that?
I don't
Uh,
have my cert.
uh,
I took my
oh,
class. I took my class, and then weird that it's the same thing. We had to go to like somewhere in Pennsylvania to get certified. And it
Yeah.
was like, $200 for the certification and $150 for the trip and $150 to stay overnight. And I was like, can I pass the class without it? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, I'll just pass the class. Thanks.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. And you still got to be certified?
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Somehow.
No, I'm not certified. But I passed the like college course. It
Oh.
was like a class
So
for
you're
credit.
still just not like technically certified because you didn't do that dive.
Right, but I
They would probably make you
knew how to use all the equipment and everything.
Okay. They would probably make you take the classes again if you were to do it out here, but you can get certified, do your certified dance at freaking Chatfield. So you know.
Oh my god, mental health guy just popping right in with Josh Allen hate. This isn't a
Oh,
football stream, mental health guy. Though he's from out of town and he was in town this week and he came to the Bills bar to say hi to me. It was very nice. Also, Nina
I
got me a
just
Christmas present and I haven't opened it yet.
Yeah. Oh my god, you have to open your Christmas present. You have to open
Now?
it.
I feel like we should do it at the end.
Well, you have to open it here. Yeah, you can do it during Yitty.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it now necessarily, but you can do it at the end. You can save that.
I think
But
we
we're
should do it on
gonna.
the post stream when we're live. Hi, Ruben.
Okay. We can do that.
Yeah. And then what else? There was one other thing I wanted to talk about before we started. I can't remember what it is.
Anything else on your vacation? I heard it was rainy and sucked most of the time.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I have paid probably close to $4,000. Not kidding. For
Oh my
2
God.
beach vacations. And for
That are filled
one,
with rain.
I was not allowed to go on the beach. And for the
Oh,
other,
yeah.
it was 55 degrees and raining and the worst weather they've ever had in LA. Like, I literally asked Uber drivers, I'm like, this is the worst weather since when? And she's like, I don't remember.
Oh my gosh. That's
Yeah.
obnoxious. Of course for you. You poor thing. Meanwhile, my
Two.
vacation was awesome.
2 not one. It's not like I paid one and had like a bad 2. I paid probably close to $4,000 for 2 beach vacations. And they both
Man.
sucked.
Like within the last 2 months,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Damn.
And
That sucks,
I
man.
don't
I'm
have a
not
ton
gonna
of
lie.
extra money. So it's not like, oh,
Yeah.
well, whatever to that
It's a big deal.
$4,000. Like that was
No.
a whole year's worth of planning to get those 2 trips done, especially as close as they were to one another.
Yeah.
And it was just a
Yikes.
total disaster.
No
So
blame.
thanks for that. Thanks for rubbing your luck in my face. You couldn't just be like,
Sorry.
oh, I had fun there.
We had a great time. It was awesome.
Good. I would not wish my luck upon anybody, I promise you.
Oh my gosh. Not to pimp my own
Okay.
stuff, but if you want to hear all about my scuba diving excursion and all the things I saw, and of course the obnoxious things that happened, I talk about it in my podcast that comes out on Friday.
Well, are you going to say the name of it?
It's called the Nina Blanco Podcast, available everywhere on Spotify, on YouTube, on Apple Podcasts, on iHeartRadio, and more. Just search
And
the
when they
Nina Blanco
listen to
Podcast.
it, and when they listen to it, what should they do?
They should like and subscribe and you comment on all my stuff. And then you can also follow me on Instagram at the Nina Blanco.
Feel good now?
Yeah. Thank you.
All set?
Thank you.
Okay, we ready to go yittying? Oh no. Is your internet dying? You got a big smile on your face. You could just be sitting there like that, but I doubt it. Oh no, did we lose her? Maybe it's me. It's possible it's me. I don't think it's me. Based on my time with her, I think it's her. Oh, now we've got the spinny wheel of death. Thank God I didn't just start the podcast. Oh no. Nina, come back to us. Nina. We have been talking for like 20 minutes, have not had this issue. Well, at least now I can answer the Josh Allen question. I've been thinking until he wins a Super Bowl, Josh Allen is just Karl Malone, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Cool. Hi, Nina. You were just sitting there with a real big smile for a while.
Again, hello, am I here?
Oh my god, the two faces it stopped you on as you froze were hilarious. One is this big shit-eating grin, and the other was you with crazy eyes like that. Those were the two faces that it stopped you on.
Cool. I love that so much.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. Everything's good. Everything is great.
How you feel about your internet?
Dude, I freaking hate it.
Why don't you buy a better package?
I need to, and I told the boy, and he said you do it, and I just haven't yet.
Oh, so there's not any kind of fight about this or anything.
No,
it's just you
I
being lazy.
complain about it all the time, and now
because it's pretty bad right now.
It's so bad. And we got a PlayStation 5, and we're gonna need better internet now, especially. And we hooked up all these freaking Google cameras the boy got, and so it's bad.
That's probably crushing your bandwidth. Oh, you probably have nothing available.
Yeah.
What are we doing here, Nina? I mean, come on.
I don't know, man. I gotta figure it out. I gotta call the place, do the things. It's But we were just talking about today how I have a lot of extra free time. So
yeah, I mean, WTF, bro.
I know it's on my list. We'll get it done.
It's not like you're super busy. Are you working a second job and not telling me about it?
No.
Because that is the only way that would make sense.
I'm working on myself, and that's a full-time job.
No, well, we both know that. As somebody who's had to work with you, I can tell you that's absolutely a full-time job.
Rude.
Can I start the podcast now, or
please do?
Are we afraid that we're going to lose you again?
I mean, we might lose me, but you can just send me the whole thing, and I'll edit it in post. That's fine.
Oh no, I want me talking about losing you right on there.
Okay.
My thing was better, and now it's not.
You need like a shade in front of it almost.
I know. But it's already diffused.
If you tape a piece of paper over it, will it catch on fire?
No.
Do that.
Should I just go with it? Should I just turn it off? Is it just better if I just turn it off?
You might just need to turn it off.
You think so? So glad I bought another light.
You need to figure out how to dim it. So bright. Oh my god. It looks like a lightsaber.
It is a lightsaber because I'm a big fucking nerd. Okay, you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Remember, your mic will be hot when we're not on the screen.
It takes forever. Okay, I'm ready. Go.
Okay, I love you. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of YITTY! Why did you not do it on time? That was so sad. Was that an internet lag thing?
It literally was. It literally
Oh my God.
was lagging on my end. I'm not even kidding. I even started to say YITTY sooner than what it would have told me to do. but it was
And I
nice.
tried to milk it for longer so you knew it was coming. And
Yay!
so we're experiencing some internet troubles on Yitty today because Nina's a lazy, never mind, and needs to up her internet. And despite having that discussion with her significant other, has not done it yet. So here we are with a poor internet connection for your third episode of season 4 of Yitty.
How
Uh,
dare you?
what? What? Tell me, what was there a factual inaccuracy there? Did I not say, did I say something incorrectly?
Not really, but it felt a little rude.
Have you met you?
Oh my god.
And you're worried about me saying something rude? All right. So this is Yitty. It's Yes, I'm Talking to You. It's my podcast with my favorite person at the Nina Blanco. You can find her on all the social medias there. And I am Rob T Radio. That's where you can find me on social media. And we start off every week with you, me, and we. Oh, by the way, sorry we missed last week. Nina was flitting around a tropical island, which I'm not going to deprave her of. So,
Yeah.
how was your flitting around a tropical island, real quick, before we get into complaining, Nina?
It was amazing. It's called Isla Mujeres. It's off the coast of Cancun, Mexico. You should go. It's awesome. But what I will say is, like, when you go to Mexico, you're expecting things to be a little bit cheaper. Inflation has hit the island. But it was awesome. I had a great time.
Well, good. And I heard you're going to do a little recap of that on your own podcast.
Yes, I am. New episode of the Nina Blanco podcast comes out on Friday at 7 a.m. You can listen pretty much anywhere that you get your podcasts. You can watch on YouTube, watch on Spotify, and listen everywhere else. So go check it out at the Nina Blanco podcast.
Okay, if you want to hear more about her vacation, you can do it there. And she probably won't have internet trouble when she's talking to herself, so that's good. So maybe it's a little bit better for you. You know what I mean?
It is. It is. I don't use the internet at all when I'm recording it, so it's good. And the episode is about more than just my vacation, but I do a little vacation recap.
Well, good. Okay, so go find her podcast, the Nina Blanco podcast, and you can listen to the Breakfast Burrito Friday song, which, oof, man, is a song. Anyway.
Okay, actually, my internet is too bad to this episode, so I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna go.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave now.
Oh, why? Are you upset that I'm not in love with your Breakfast Burrito Friday song?
Anyways,
we start out with you, me, and we. That's where she complains about something, and then I complain about something, and then we complain about something together. So we'll start with you, Nina Blanco. What would you like to complain about today?
you're gonna hate me for even bringing this up right now, but I am going to complain about everyone who is leaving bad reviews on the McDonald's that Luigi, whatever, Mascarpone, that Luigi got caught at. I know that's not. What is it, Maggione? Is that right?
We're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Wait, no, I'm yelling at everyone who is leaving a bad review on the McDonald's because they're all mad because he's super hot and they're like, meh, he's a vigilante, blah, blah, blah. And we're not going to get into that. The only thing that we're going to get into is all the internet annoying trolls that went through and gave McDonald's a 1-star review and is leaving all these terrible reviews because it is completely overshadowing the fact that McDonald's is coming back with the snack wrap, and I have been waiting 15 fucking years for them to bring the snack wrap back, and now I'm pissed because it's not going to get the love it deserves. McDonald's is getting such a bad rep right now, and I have been waiting, praying, hoping, just waiting for that snack wrap to get back. It was my favorite thing on the menu. I can't believe they got rid of it, and now they're bringing it back, and now it's getting overshadowed by this.
Okay, let's address these one at a time. One at a time. First of all, snitches get stitches. Unless you have United Healthcare, in which case they might not get approved.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Thank you.
Two, two. Did you see the eyebrow thing? Like again, we don't need to talk about the actual case, but did you see the eyebrow thing with him?
No, what about his eyebrows?
So like in the picture, he had a wicked like unibrow. Like it was very close here. There's very little room. And then they like showed mugshots of the guy, and it's like fully separated. And it's like, nope, it's not him. That unibrow does not grow like that. It's not how that happens.
Dang. Oh my gosh. Well, let
And
me
so then
just say,
I thought about if you're like a secret agent, right? You want
yeah.
to look like me. You want to have a beard and super long hair. And then, as you need to change your appearance, you cut your hair a little bit shorter and shave off a little bit of your beard. And I thought to myself, was he on the run and bought a razor and shaved the area in between his eyebrows?
Just
People,
the tweezes. You got it. You can go to
so
a mall
people
and get
didn't
that
think it
done for
was him.
$10. Okay,
Um,
as a kid, a former unibrow child, myself, let me just tell
former,
you.
like it doesn't still exist. We just
Well,
control
right.
it
It
now. But
still
okay,
happens, but I pluck it out, right? And
yeah.
so that's kind of my point is that like all these other pictures, these like past college photos and high school and everything like that, he does have these still very distinct bushy eyebrows, but he still definitely has that space in between. And I mean, maybe he let it grow out while he was doing the assassination and thought maybe I'll change up my look later, but he's always had that unibrow and he's always plucked that shit. Okay. Looking at his hair, he's always had a unibrow. I can guarantee it. I know a uni when I
Um,
see it, whether it's plucked or not.
as a veteran of a family member who I guess I shouldn't out that she had a unibrow when she was a child.
It's okay,
Oops.
babe. It happens to all
I
of us. It's okay. You got those good natural brows now, though, right?
I know how devastating it was for her as a child growing up in the unibrow phase. So I understand the damage it can do to a young person. So, but anyway, what we really are talking about is the snack wraps, and I'll give a shout out to a sports guy here in Denver, and Nilo. Him and I had a long conversation about what happened to chicken wraps on like fast food menus a couple
Yeah.
years ago, and
Well, what
since
was it?
then, I have no idea. I don't know why they went away from them. It's not like they're super expensive to make. It's not like they're super complicated. I don't know, but they just got rid of them. And then Wendy's brought one back and Burger King brought one back. And now finally the king of fast food chicken wraps, the snack wrap is back, and I'm thrilled about it as well. So
I know. Oh, are you? Or you were a
oh my
snack wrap
god,
fan
yes.
also? They're so
Oh,
good. Like the only thing
I
that I could
know.
think of was maybe the cost. I don't know. Or like the
How?
fact that okay, here's the only other thing. Okay, which since then they've kind of fixed this problem. The only other thing is when they first came out, that was the only thing on their menu with a tortilla. So maybe it was
Yeah.
expensive to order these tortillas for just the snack wrap. But now they have the
No,
breakfast burritos.
they had those before. I've eaten those since I was a kid. Now listen, it
Really?
depends where you are. Did you know the menu changes regionally?
Sorry, you broke up my internet. I don't know. What'd you
Yeah.
say?
Yeah, you've been clipping in and out a little bit here, but it's been understandable, so I
Okay.
haven't stopped you. No, did you know the menu changes regionally?
Yeah, I knew that
And
because
and so like
whenever I'm road tripping and I'm in the middle of freaking Kansas, they have like no chicken meals. It's all just freaking beef. It's
and you
crazy.
and like on the East Coast, you can't get hot and spicy McChickens. You can only get regular McChickens. They don't exist on the East Coast. It's
Bland
just a
ass East
regular.
Coast. What the
Yep.
hell?
Just a regular ass chicken
Wow.
patty with mayo. Yeah. And it's like, why wouldn't you want the spicy one? I don't get it. And why wouldn't you offer both as the McDonald's? But
Oh my
it's
god.
different regionally. So those
I'm
those
sorry,
breakfast
and you can go
burritos,
ahead and call. Uh-huh.
well, I've
I was gonna
I've
say
had them here since I was a kid.
that's crazy. That's crazy. It doesn't matter anymore. The lag, it's fine. That's crazy.
Go ahead, say what you were gonna say.
No, because it's the moment has passed. The moment has passed. We're
Oh,
good.
okay. Yeah, we're gonna just
I
have to
was
be to get real in the weeds with all our listeners here. We're gonna have to be real good about Mike right of way here, Nina. We're not gonna be able to talk over each other with your lag. So I'll make sure I hand it right to you, and you can hand it right back when you're done.
I'm
All right.
trying my best.
So you, me, and we thrilled that snack wraps are back. You're supposed to complain about something. You didn't really.
Yes, I did. I
No, I
complained
know.
about everyone overshadowing the snack wrap right now. This whole Luigi shit getting caught at McDonald's is way overshadowing the snack wrap. And I'm afraid it's not going to do well in sales now. And I'm afraid they're going to take it off the menu like in a few months. And I'm pissed. I
Now
did
that's
complain about
complaining.
something. Open your ears. Thank you.
Yeah, except that's just one McDonald's that's getting the complaints, not all McDonald's. So the snack wrap will be fine. But okay, all right, that's
Okay.
fine. You, me, and we, which means I get to complain next. And I'm going to complain about your queen, god, savior, Taylor Swift. I am kind of done with it. This tour has been going on for like 3 goddamn years. Can it just be over? Can it just be over? Holy shit. Like it ended and like they're still putting out articles and stuff. And I understand. It was a moment in pop culture history. I get it. It was a big deal. There's like that Michael Jackson tour from 1992 still gets talked about in this kind of way. Like it's I get it. It was a big deal. I'm fucking sick of it. I think she's sick of it too. I think she's fucking tired of it too. I don't think she wants to hear it anymore either. So, like, can we just like put it to bed for a little while and then we can make it up in a couple years and revisit, how great it was and all that kind of. I'm sick of hearing about this shit. Every other article's about it. The tweets are filling my timeline. I don't care. I didn't care after it left Denver. I was done with it. So Nina, I know you want to defend her, but I'm done with it.
I have been wanting to yell back at you so bad since you freaking started this whole thing, but my freaking internet will not allow for me to do that. But anyway, first of
That's
all,
what you get.
it just ended, okay? It just ended literally on Sunday, 3 days ago, okay? So they're gonna have the recaps, and of course, because the tour ended, they're gonna have like the tour recap. She was in Canada, they're gonna have the Canada recap, her new photos. So it just barely ended. You're acting like it's been months, okay? Second of all, even if it has
Nina.
been months, it was a big
Nina.
deal. It was a big deal. Come on.
Nina, when was it here in Denver?
In July of 23.
And so why am I hearing about it in December of 24?
The tour, it kept going on. The tour
Good.
has just
So
now finally ended.
So let Vancouver talk about it and let Canada talk about it. I do not need to hear more about the tour. Like I don't. I don't. And I think she's incredibly talented. I think she's incredibly talented. I really do. I think the way that you see artists take songs that she has written, her songs, and transform them into other musical genres is incredible. It shows you what an amazing writer of music she is. And I know she ghostwrites on stuff too. Yeah, like I have the utmost respect for her musical talent. I don't give a fuck. Stop. Stop. I don't need to see any more tweets, any more Instagrams, any more just let it die. Just let it die. It has been a year and a half since it was here in Denver. I'm fine. We're good. It's over. Let it die, please.
Give it a couple more months and it'll die.
No, it won't, because the Kansas City Chiefs are going to make the freaking Super Bowl, and I'm going to have to live it all over again. Blow my brains out.
Oh,
all right. You,
Hold on,
me,
really
and
quick.
we. Yeah.
Really quick. Turn your mic down just a little
Why?
bit.
I don't want
Just
to.
A little bit. Because you're like over modulating over here. Just a little bit. Thank you.
Are we sure it's not your internet? I don't know. My thing says I'm okay. I don't know. When I scream, it changes, obviously.
I know. You're getting excited. You're yelling about freaking Taylor Swift. It's rude.
Okay. So for you, me, and we, it was absolutely right. And that's why we brought it up on YITTY. Because sometimes people just need a talking to, even though you don't want to believe it. you, me, and we, something we complain about, and I'm actually kind of springing this one on Nina. I'm interested her take on this. Okay, so we live in Denver, obviously, and there is a new thing with the city of Denver where they are considering getting rid of having a minimum number of parking spaces that are needed for you to make some sort of housing or residential development. The idea here was when they started doing this years ago, they didn't want people building skyscraper high rises, not making any parking, and having the parking situation turn into New York City, where you can't, it's, $200 a day for a spot and you can't find a spot anywhere, and so on and so forth. So to alleviate that, they made this requirement that you need so many spots for so many people in a building. And it led to people, building parking garages on the bottom couple floors of whatever building they were building, which I think is fine. But
Yeah.
they're saying that it's leading to congestion in them trying to get applications through to get more housing built. And housing is tough here in Denver right now. So we definitely need more housing. They're wondering if they should go more lax on this particular requirement to allow more housing to happen. And it's part of something that's been happening around the city of Denver that I find really interesting, and I kind of want Nina's take on. See, in downtown Denver, they've been doing a lot of things to make it more people friendly and less car friendly. And they've actually been closing lanes of traffic, closing roads, changing traffic flow patterns, all this kind of stuff to try to make it friendlier for things like bikes and people walking. And what I want your take on, Nina, is like, I'm really torn about it because on the one hand, I'm for trying to make our cities smarter and better and less pollution and all that. But on the other hand, why are we creating a problem where we didn't have one?
Yeah.
And so some streets like Broadway downtown or Lincoln, that's a two-way main thoroughfare that goes right through the city of Denver, and it was 3 lanes with 1 lane that was turned into a bus-only lane during traffic. Well, now they cut it down to 2.
I got a parking ticket because I parked there and I wasn't supposed to. It was like after the time limit, after they closed it off for that. Right. And then they towed my car around the corner and I didn't know where it was for like 5 hours. It's fine.
Yeah, they don't like take it somewhere. They do just move it to a legal parking spot, which is weird.
I didn't know that. And it was literally around the corner. And I'm calling the city. I went like way downtown thinking it's going to be in this lot. It was a shit show. Just so everyone knows, if your car gets towed in Denver, it's probably around the fucking corner. So just
that's not totally true, right? If it goes to a private towing.
Sometimes.
If the city of Denver tows it, they just try to move it out of the way of traffic and put it somewhere on a street where it could be parked legally at that time.
Yes.
And so I don't know. What's your take on it? Because for me, like, it's really frustrating because it's like when you get on a highway and there's a toll there. There's like that toll lane, and it's like, the whole thing would be solved if you just let us have that extra lane for regular traffic. But of course, you have to make money off of it, and you didn't fund it in the first place, and so now some private company funded it, and now they're making money off me trying to travel down the road when you could just have a 3-lane highway. Same thing, Lincoln Broadway. What do you think about all that, Nina?
So I think it's interesting that you think we need more housing. That's first off, because there's a lot of the housing situation in Denver is just weird, and they have built up a ton of apartments. People are sick of them popping up, all these different apartments that all look the same, and they're just like luxury supposedly apartments, and they're all way too expensive, and they're just rising the cost of living, and then half of these apartment buildings are empty. So it's weird to me that you think we need more apartments, but with the
spoken like somebody who owns a home. But go ahead.
Sure, but okay, anyway, so
I'm just saying, I think there are plenty of people who rent in Denver who think that if we put more housing on the market, eventually we will get prices that are better.
The only apartments that they're putting up and these new things that they're building are not anything that's decently priced. They're all luxury apartments that no one can afford anyway. But whatever. So the parking situation and the transit situation, yes, I think Denver definitely needs to work on its transit system to make it more pedestrian friendly, so that people don't have to necessarily drive their cars. But Denver is a car city. Chicago, you can take the train, you can take the bus. Same with New York. There's certain cities where their transit system is so, so good. And Denver has just never, ever, ever been one of them. You've always needed a car if you're living in Denver. Now, I understand them wanting to change that. But if we're going to change that, I don't think it has to do with the parking situation in apartments or closing off some streets here and there. I think that starts with RTD. No, doesn't that start with the train and bus system that we already have here? Don't we need to improve that first?
Well, it's interesting because the conversation is often that people won't use that if it's not convenient. And so it's in this middle ground of, it not being great, so people not using it, but then it not making money because it's not great. And you're in this kind of cyclical hell. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so they have been working to improve it. I mean, they've opened a couple different lines over the last few years for the trains. The buses have been, revamped into energy smarter type buses, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's helping. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
some of these changes to traffic flow maybe help things like the buses to make them more convenient because they have little pathways and stuff that are only for the buses to go.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the problem too, is like it's too late to change that. Is that like there's only so much room on the roads, right? And just making something a bus lane, it doesn't help traffic for normal people that are just driving in their cars. And then with the train system, like in New York, in Chicago, the trains are either elevated above the streets so it doesn't even like block any of the cars, or they're below in tunnels, and it's just entirely too late to even implement something like that in Denver without tearing up the whole city. It's going to cost way more money, and there's just no way that they would do that. So I don't know, it's tough. I do think that the transit system needs to be worked on in Denver though.
It's just such a car city, like you were saying. And I mean, listen, you can drive from one side of the city to the other and literally take 2 hours. And I'm not even talking about like in traffic. Like, I'm just talking, even if you are going full speed, if you are on one side of the metro area and drive all the way to the other side of the metro area, it'll take you 2 hours. And that's not true in every city. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially East Coast cities. So it's just so huge that I just don't know that you're going to find a good public transport
Mhm.
situation for it. But I understand the want and the need for something like that. It just, I don't know, it was super interesting to me, and I don't know how I feel about them removing the parking requirements from this housing, because it's like, yeah, but we are a car city and everybody's
Yeah.
still going to own a car. So now you're making downtown a nightmare to get in and out of. It's
And
already not
already,
great.
yeah, it's already not great. And I mean, people have tried to help with these different lots, and sometimes they're bulldozing over the lot to build a what is it called? A car
Garage.
garage. Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, okay.
um yeah, multi-level so you can fit more cars, which is great. But I don't know, there's some places that are trying to gear toward the like eco-friendly, take the transit system, blah blah blah. We're not going to include parking, but this is a car city, and I don't think that's going to help anything. I think that's just going to piss people off. People are not going to end up going downtown as much as they were. So that means less money is going into downtown, and it's going to go down the shitter.
But it's interesting because they kind of want that, right? Like, what these city planners would tell you to get people to use cars less is that they want to make metropolitan areas in a whole bunch of different areas. So you don't have to really leave your area unless you're going for some big event. So if you live
Yeah.
in Littleton, there's restaurants and shops and everything, and it's all right there and you can walk to it all. And
Yeah.
if you're in the DTC, there's restaurants and shops all there and you can walk to it all. And that way you don't have to go downtown, so you don't have to park down there. And I do understand that. It just, I don't know, it's such an interesting debate to
That's
me, because it's like, are we going to inconvenience ourselves for 30 years to try to convince people to not have as many cars, or are
mhm.
we just going to admit like this is the way it is, but then we don't change anything ever? It's an interesting look into the human psyche, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
All right.
I don't know the answers.
You don't. I feel like we could make a lot of money if we did. Maybe we should figure them out.
Okay,
Uh,
come on.
that was you, me, and we. Now we switch to the good news where we take a pause in the middle of all our complaining here to talk about something good. And I normally present the good news, but Nina had a good story she wanted to give us today. So, Nina, what you got for the good news today?
So I have kind of a celebrity story. So Jamie Foxx last year, he was in the middle of filming a movie and then all of a sudden he had to stop and no one really knew why. We knew it was a medical thing. We knew that there was an emergency and then we didn't hear.
Uh-oh. You should see the face. I can't wait till Nina gets this video. I can't wait till Nina gets this video so she can see the three faces that her internet has paused her on as she, her internet freaks out and kicks her out. So let's remove her and add her back, see if that helps. We'll see if she comes back. I don't know if she can hear me right now. So I do know that it was Jamie Foxx and that he recently admitted that he got healthy again. And the funny thing about it was like he did it during a comedy show. So I didn't know all the details because I was waiting for Nina to present the story. So I didn't want to ruin it by me knowing all the details ahead of time. But apparently it was a bunch of stuff that he was going through, not just one thing. And so I'm glad he's healthy. I don't really know much more about Jamie Foxx other than that. All right. Well, seems like we're going to have to cut this portion out of the broadcast podcast, but let's see. What if I kick her? Can I kick her? Kick guest. We'll see if she comes back. I'm going to send her a text and tell her to relog. In the meantime, you can always send us your thoughts. We're going to do Am I the Asshole right after this. So we'll always take your comments as to if you are the asshole or not. Because Nina's got a story that she wants to tell us. So let's see. We got the spinny wheel of death now. That's good. Well, we're normally real staunch about not cutting these because we think it's fun to have our mess ups in there. But I think we might need to cut out this portion of Nina Blanco's internet just peeing right down its leg. Good news. Houston's up 91-98 on Golden State in the NBA Cup quarterfinals. I know that is the information that you all came here for today. But Houston comes roaring back. 7-0 run in the last minute or so. And now has the lead 91-90. What else is going on? Let's talk. Oh, how about college football playoff? I'm excited for that. That's going to be fun. I think the committee did the right thing by putting in SMU over Alabama. What else is going on? Oh, Golden State just lost.
Oh
Houston
my
heading to the semifinals. Hi, hey, she's back.
Oh my god, hi.
I can't wait for you to see the faces that it paused on as it was trying to figure out what your internet situation was. I mean,
Do I
I'm
edit
serious.
any of that out or I leave it all?
No, I mean, we're going to have to. I have been saying on this podcast now for a couple seconds that we're going to have to edit out a portion, even though we don't like to do that. But definitely going to need to edit out a portion of that. So, why don't we just give it another try and say, Nina Blanco, give us the good news about Jamie Foxx that you had.
Okay, so Jamie Foxx was in the middle of filming a movie last year when he had to suddenly stop for a medical emergency, and no one really knew exactly what happened. But then, after I guess something had happened, just mysteriously having to go to the hospital, no one knew all the details because they didn't release it. Then he kind of disappeared for a while, for a couple of months. And everyone's like, what's going on with Jamie Foxx? Is everything okay? Hope he's all right. He was trying to film a movie. Did he ever even finish that? Which I don't even know the answer to that question, but that's besides the point. The point is that what the heck happened to Jamie Foxx last year? And then he came out this year to be like, hi, everyone, I'm healthy and I'm back again. And everyone's like, bro, where you been? And then Netflix was like, yo, Jamie Foxx, you want to do a comedy special? And he was like, hell yeah, make some money. So he did this comedy special, and then he revealed what happened to him last year. So in the middle of filming this movie, he had a really bad headache. It started as a headache. He just had a bad headache, took some aspirin. He had his like buddies with him because he was on set, didn't really have anyone like super close to him, just some friends around. And they were like, we'll keep an eye on you, man. Don't worry. Here's some aspirin. And he was like, okay, cool. Except I don't know. This doesn't feel great. And then Jamie Foxx had his sister around, and his sister was like, dude, this is not just a headache. It hasn't gone away in like 2 days. This isn't a headache. This isn't a migraine. I don't think you need aspirin. I think you need a doctor. So he went to the doctor. I think they gave him like a cortisone shot or something. Actually, this was with his buddies before his sister was involved. That's all they did was call a doctor, an on-set doctor. They thought they fixed it, but they didn't. And then he called his sister, and then she was like, you need to go to the hospital. And so she forced him to go to the hospital, like an actual real hospital. And so he did. And when he went to the hospital, doctors found that he had a brain bleed and that he needed emergency life-saving surgery ASAP. He is about to die. He had a brain bleed. They did this surgery. He had a stroke. And then after everything, and as he's recovering, which is what took some time, he ended up recovering just full recovery, and he is totally fine now. So that is the good news, is that he went through all this crazy stuff. Luckily, he had his sister around, and he kind of jokes in his Netflix special that like when your boys are around, they don't know what to do. They're doing their best, but they don't know what to do. Thank goodness his sister was around, convinced him to go to an actual hospital so that he could get everything that he needed. He needed like emergency surgery, basically right then and there. They're like, we need to save your life. You're on the verge of death. And so had a brain bleed, had a stroke, had emergency surgery, luckily recovered and made a full recovery. And now he's doing his Netflix special and acting in movies again, and he's all good. It's a miracle, honestly, because anyone who goes through anything like that, I mean, you never know.
I am thrilled. I'm just hesitant of the advice of always trust your sister because, I mean, I think we both.
We got
You know
some
what I
we got
mean?
some
Just I
sisters
don't
that
know.
are
I don't know.
oh,
I
it's good
mean,
to have some family around, and it's
sure,
good to have
sure.
someone who really is looking out for your best interest rather than putting a band-aid over it, and just like who knows you a little bit better, and that is trying to help you take care of yourself.
Well, we are,
Right?
of course, glad that he is doing so much better. That is our good news of the day. All right. Time for us to get into an Am I the Asshole? It's not always going to be me. It's not always going to be her, but it'll mostly be me or her. Nina apparently has an Am I the Asshole moment that she wants to share with us. So, Nina, go ahead, tell us what'd you do that made you the asshole.
Well, actually, you kind of inspired me on this new Christmas plan. So this might be your fault,
Oh
but I
boy.
would like to know if I'm the asshole if I move forward with your plan of buying all new appliances behind my husband's back and
Oh
calling it his
God.
Christmas present.
I did not know this is what you were gonna do.
I thought you
um,
did.
that's
Okay,
hilarious.
here's what happened. So our refrigerator has basically been broken since we moved in. When we first moved in, we bought it from some investor, flipped the house, threw in the cheapest appliances he could find that had the metallic whatever, and then try to make it look nice, and they were terrible. So our fridge is terrible, our stove is terrible, the dishwasher is terrible.
They're not
The
that terrible. She's exaggerating.
No, they are. The garbage disposal, we've already replaced it. Like everything that they installed was bottom line just so they can just try to sell the house. And it's bad. And so our refrigerator has basically been broken. It doesn't the drawers, you know how the vegetable drawers, it collects water. There's water in there. We basically can't use them because it makes our vegetables go bad. And then we have to drain it every couple of weeks, and it's terrible. So the refrigerator sucks. Okay. The stove, I swear, I smell gas from it all the freaking time. All the time. There was a couple summers ago, I came home and I had a strong whiff of gas. I was like, oh my God, are my dogs alive? Like it was bad. And I had to open up all the windows. I had to make sure all the knobs were all on off, and it was just bad. And even still to this day, I get whiffs of gas, which is probably not freaking good. Our dishwasher has always been terrible. I know dishwashers, everyone kind of complains about their dishwasher. I feel like it's hard to get a good one, but our dishwasher has never been great. And now it's like officially broken. I'm hand washing all of my dishes because our dishwasher is just not working. It smells. We've disassembled it. We cleaned it. We did the freaking vinegar and whatever in it. We've done everything that we can possibly do with this dishwasher. It's not working. It's not cleaning our shit. It leaves so much dirtiness on all of our dishes. So we're just hand washing it. And it is basically a large drying rack now. And I'm sick of it. And I told the boy, at the very least, I can live with the fridge. I can live with the stove. We've already replaced the garbage disposal. This dishwasher situation, because I'm doing all the freaking dishes. I'm hand washing all of our dishes.
Okay.
No, I am. And I hate it. And I said to the boy, can we please at least just get a dishwasher? Please. We really need to. And he
Okay.
was like, well, I really want to wait until we get all of our appliances, and we'll just get all of our appliances together. And I'm like, well, what are we waiting for? They're all fucking broken anyway. So please, let's just get new appliances. And he's like, nah, we have to wait until they really break down, blah, 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 our money. And I was like, I get that, but at least let me get a dishwasher. And he's telling me no. So you, Dubs, Rob, gave me the brilliant idea that apparently you can open up a Best Buy gift card, and if you buy all of your appliances at once, they give you a better deal, and you can open up a Best Buy credit card and you get 0% financing for like 2 years. As long as we pay it off within that 2 years, we're not going to be cost anything extra. So Merry freaking Christmas. I want to buy us all new appliances on a Best Buy credit card. And then
Free plug for Best Buy. This
Yeah.
podcast is still unsponsored, so Best Buy, if you'd like to sponsor us,
Hello.
yeah,
You got an internet hookup?
yeah, you definitely need that too because it's getting choppy again. But okay, so first
Oh
of
my
all,
God.
you buried the lead. Like you buried the reason that it's actually a decent idea for you to get this, which is your dishwasher is actually broken. But of course, you started by saying like, "Ooh, they're just not pretty. I don't like them." Blah, blah, blah. And so you made it sound very not compelling for this
No,
to
they
be
are-
a thing for you
they-
to do.
They are pretty, which is the point, which is why the person that flipped this house put them in, because they are pretty. They look high end, but they're shit. They're all bottom tier. They don't work.
So
It doesn't work.
Here's the thing. If I got you a birthday present and it was a vacuum cleaner, how would you feel?
I have a story about that, but not
Okay.
great. But not great.
Right. Okay. So if he is, what if let's just throw a hypothetical out there. What if he's doing the same exact thing that you're thinking about doing for Christmas?
I would fucking love it. I'm trying to do it for him. Thank you. Is what I've been asking for.
Your only Christmas presents are new appliances?
Well, he already
Okay.
told me he wants all of our Christmas presents.
All right. So we found the rub here, right? So that's kind of my
We
point.
did the PlayStation 5 for each other for Christmas.
So I'm just warning you that that is how it's going to feel. Okay? 1, 2. Listen, I think there's a legitimate argument for you to get new appliances if they're not working. Especially if you can put yourself in a situation where you don't have to pay any extra for them. And if you buy them all at the same time, you can actually save a little bit of money, right?
Yeah.
But if you do that all without him,
He's going to
and
be
then
so mad.
not only is he going to be angry, but then anytime he uses them for the rest of time, he will be reminded how angry he was. Right? Right?
I guess, but I'm the one. I am the one that is sick of dishes in the sink, and I don't like it there for a long period of time. He'll leave dirty dishes in the sink for days. I can't do that.
Well,
I can't.
I mean, every relationship requires a little bit of compromise. So you're going to have to figure out where the compromise spot is here. But I think you have a good argument to get new appliances if you can afford them. But that is not a cheap thing to do.
It's
and
not.
Also,
this credit card thing.
If he wants something special or something different or something other than what you get, and you just make the couple $1,000 decision without him, yeah, I think it's not going to go over well. So my question to you is simple. This is how it determines if you're the asshole or not. Let's say you go do this. You go to Best Buy, you open a credit card, you buy $4,000 worth of appliances. You have 2 years to pay them off with no interest. You get exactly what Nina wants. Some red metal plated ugly ass whatever.
But okay, I get what you're trying to say.
Okay, here's what decides if you're an asshole or not. Who's paying when that credit card bill comes?
I'll pay half of it.
Okay, no. So if it's half his money, then it's half his decision. So if you want to go buy new appliances and say, Merry Christmas, I'm buying these appliances. It's my money. I'm replacing all our appliances, and that's your Christmas present. Okay, fine. But I don't think any other Christmas gift you get him, you would ask him to split with you. So am I the asshole? It depends. It depends how you do it.
I would definitely make him pay half of it.
Oh, I know you would.
Yeah.
Not only do I know that he would pay half of it, but if he was like willing to pay all of it, I think you'd let him. And that, yes, makes you an asshole.
Yes, it would.
I know you would. I know.
Well, I'm doing all his freaking laundry. I'm doing all of his freaking dishes. I'm doing that. He does it sometimes because he's going to yell at me. Oh, listen to the podcast. You said I never do it. I do it sometimes, rarely. Who does the majority of it? Me, absolutely 1000%. Okay. And I'm sick of it. And it's all broken. Why would we have to wait for them to break more? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that part doesn't make sense to me. Especially if the things that are wrong with them are just little things. Like not the dishwasher, but like the fridge. I'm sure you could sell that on like eBay or Facebook or something like that and just be like, hey, water leaks into the drawer, $200. You know what I mean? Whatever. Totally. And let somebody come and get it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. That's my first payment on that credit card.
There you go. And it gets you ahead so that way you don't have to worry about, going past where the financing kicks in. So
Right.
All right. That's Am I the Asshole? It turns out Nina is in fact the asshole because she would buy him Listen, it doesn't even matter what it is. You buy him a Christmas gift with his own money. I mean, come on.
Hold on. Okay, can I tell you the story that I was like, oh, I have a story about that? Because this might change your mind, and I feel like maybe he has it coming. When Matt and his brother were way younger, he was like, Matt was probably in high school, okay? And his brother was like in middle school, maybe, okay? They decided for Christmas, they were gonna get a huge Christmas present for their mom. And they put it in this gigantic box and they wrapped it all pretty. And they're boys and they don't typically do that. And they put it in this huge box and they said, Mom, we have this Christmas present for you. And it's gonna be awesome. You're gonna love it. And look how big this box is. And she was so excited and they were like hyping it up for weeks leading up to Christmas. Christmas comes. She opens up her present. She opens up the box. That box is filled with cleaning supplies, mops and brooms and cleaning fluids, all sorts of shit, Windex and bleach, all that stuff. They made their mother cry on Christmas because that's what they gave her.
You know, you're proving my point, right?
No, because that's karma, bitch. That's called karma. That's what he deserves. Why are you gonna make your mother cry? They made her cry.
That's how many years? That's how many years ago?
Probably over 15 years ago.
And we're still talking about it now.
Yeah.
So as your friend, it is my duty to make sure that you don't make a mistake we'll be talking about for the next 15 years, okay?
Well, as long as I'm not cleaning up dishes anymore, I'm honestly
You answered your own question. The story will outlive the dishwasher if you do that. So just so you know, okay, so that's the answer. Nina is the asshole buying somebody a Christmas present with their own money. That's not even a good Christmas present. I mean, if it was a trip to Tahiti,
great Christmas present. It's gonna change our lives. That's a great present.
If it was a trip to Tahiti, like maybe you use his money and he's still happy about it, but I just don't know. Okay. And then our last thing, our whack ass of the week. And I hesitate to put it in here, but this was a Nina call. So we'll put it in here and then I'll defend him. So we actually did a story the other day about how athletes are getting their homes broken into during football games. You know where they are, right? There's no, like, of course, they're not at home. So you can go and break into these really high profile athletes' houses and make a little bit of money stealing their stuff.
This is a big burglary ring right now. Like the FBI is looking into it. They issued a warning across all NFL and like NBA players. And this is like a huge thing, a huge case that they've been working on for this crime spree.
So Monday Night Football comes around and Joe Burrow turns out to be the latest of the victims. Now, Joe Burrow is the quarterback of the Cincinnati Bengals. He's won a Heisman Trophy. He's been to a Super Bowl. He's very good. And so got a big contract, got paid a lot of money, and makes sense that he would have a lot of expensive stuff in his house. So they go after him, right? While he's in Dallas playing Monday Night Football, they break into his house. And you hear this on the news and you're like, oh, that's kind of sad. I feel bad for him. Like, I don't care how rich you are. It's just like a little bit violating. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want anybody to have to go through that. And can they afford to buy security systems and stuff like that? Yeah, of course. But you still don't want anybody to go through that. But that's not the story. The story is who found out that his house got broken into. Because it was reported before he got home. And so you say to yourself, well, if it was before he got home, who found out and reported it? Well, her name is Olivia Ponton. And she is a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model. Now, listen, Joe Burrow, very fashionable guy, good-looking fella.
Good for him.
Tons of swag. And so Nina's initial reaction was,
good for him. So he's banging a Sports Illustrated supermodel. I mean, good for him. That's what you do when you're the quarterback and you've gone to the Super Bowl, and that's all right. So,
and have her there for when you get home. You know what I mean? Why not? So she beats you to the house. Whatever. Not a big deal. Happy for him, right?
Yeah.
Joe Burrow also has a fiance.
Oh, no.
Now. The report is that the swimsuit model works for him.
Works for him?
It has been not shared what kind of work she does. But what kind of work would you need to be doing in his house?
Yeah.
When he's coming home from a football game that you would find this.
Okay.
Now listen. I'm going to try to defend him, but you can go ahead and have your moment here to bash him if you want. Go ahead.
Okay, because there's one more part of the story that you're not saying yet, or you haven't said, is that after all this news broke out, after the news that the supermodel, this swimsuit model, is the one who was at his house and reported the burglary, and yet he has a different fiance, What you didn't mention is that he's asking for privacy on this matter afterwards.
Well, so
Hell no.
his quote, so they have to meet the media as part of their NFL obligations, and so he did a little statement to start with and then took questions but didn't really answer questions about the burglary after that. And one of his quotes was, I feel like my privacy has been violated in more ways than one, and way more than is already out there, or way more is already out there than I would want out there, and that I care to share. So he implied he wasn't going to answer any specific questions about the supermodel and so on and so forth. He said, we live a public life. One of my least favorite parts of that is the lack of privacy, and that it's been difficult for him to deal with over the course of his career, but he has tried to keep his private life private. So go ahead, Nina, bash him, and then I'll defend him a little bit.
He kept his private life private until he could, but like he said, he lives his life in public. That's what it is. Your house got targeted. That part of it sucks. Yes, absolutely. No one wants a random stranger stealing shit from their house. But the fact that this supermodel was at your house waiting for you to get back after your win, your loss, or whatever, to make you feel better, probably. Because as an employee, has he said what she is doing as an employee? Why is this supermodel who's in magazines your employee? What do you mean? Since when do NFL players employ models to come hang out at their house when they're not home? You don't. You don't. You simply do not, unless you are banging them and you are cheating on your fiance. And for you to be a football player making millions of dollars, yes, this public part of your life, that is a huge part of your career, and that is what it is for you to live this life and have your mansion broken into because you have valuable things. No, you don't get to sit there and be like, leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it. Too much is already out there. Don't ask me questions, because your fiance sure has a lot of questions. I guarantee you that. Go ahead, Rob. You can try.
Okay. So let's start with the fact that she could work for him.
How?
Right?
How?
What do you mean how? She could
What
work
did she do?
for him.
What did she do?
What if she's house sitting?
Oh, this supermodel is house sitting for you? Are you that good of friends with this random supermodel that she's gonna house sit for you?
Maybe. Nina,
Okay.
if we both got super famous, would you not trust me to come and watch your dogs?
What is their history? Do
Yes
they
or
have
no
a
question?
history?
It's a you don't know what their history is either. It's a yes or no question. If we both got super famous, would you let me come over and watch your dogs?
Yes, I would, and I wouldn't be coy
Okay.
about it in the media.
But that's he said she's an employee. Okay, great. What if he was just paying her to watch the house?
No, no, no,
You
no.
don't
But
know
go
that. You
ahead
can't
and
prove
try.
that.
Go ahead, try
You
to make your
can't-
next point.
You
No,
can't prove that. Listen, what I'll say about that is we'll know. We'll get an answer. And the answer will be if the engagement gets broken, then you know that there wasn't any kind of arrangement. Now, listen, I know a lot of pro athletes have arrangements with their fiancés and wives where it is a hall pass for each of them because things are different. Maybe his fiance is one of the fiancés that doesn't want to live in Cincinnati in the winter. So she is not there. So she has an arrangement with him where she doesn't have to be there and he does what he wants. I know plenty of athletes who that has been a real thing for
if
because
that's
she
the
wants
case,
the $500 million contract. So she gets the ring and she gets the title and everything else that happens is hush hush. But that's the agreement that is had.
I've always said that I have no problem with gold diggers who are very open about being a gold digger. That's fine. That's
And
fine.
maybe that's just the agreement that they have. And then here's the last thing that I'll say. Nina, you and I both know people who have been in successful thruples, right?
I don't actually. I don't know any.
Okay,
That
have
shit
been in
blew up.
thruples. How's that?
It blew
worked
up
for a while.
And for
It
a
worked
little
for
bit,
a while, didn't it?
it works for like maybe a year. I think they maybe barely hit a year.
I'm just saying, we know people who have made the agreement and it worked, right? Like for however whatever period of time. I know a
Mm-hmm.
couple that's done that. I know a throuple now. They're the throuple now. They were a couple originally that had that agreement and worked out fine for them. So listen, if anybody can bag two super hot chicks who you're my final thing to tell you, which is going to be your favorite part of this story, they're both named Olivia.
They have the same name? Shut up immediately. No, he is cheating on his fiance because if they were a throuple, she would have called her to make the report. No, 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 no.
Nina,
Absolutely.
If you're the side piece, are you calling the cops? Aren't you
Hell
smarter than
no.
that? Aren't you smarter than that?
Yeah.
Okay, so like what do we think really happened here, right? Like come on. There's got to be something else to the story because the side chick, there's no way, even if she got there and the house was broken into, there's no way the side chick's like, I'm going to call the cops so the media knows that I'm here at Joe Burrow's house.
Unless that was exactly her plan to expose it because she was sick of being the side piece and she wants to blow up their relationship, whether she gets to end up with him or not. Maybe she just wants to blow up his relationship with his fiance, and that was her chance to expose in an innocent way because a real crime happened. Boom, solved it. You're welcome.
Or maybe he said stuff
Yeah.
like more's out there than I want to be out there already because he's thinking to himself, I didn't really want to have to be the face of thruples for the rest of time, but here we are now.
Well, he was
now,
cool with it
now
anyway.
I have to be the king of thruples for forever. So
He wishes. No, he is cheating on his fiance. I cannot believe they have the same name. They are both named Olivia. That is so fucked.
it's Olivia. Hold on, I got Olivia Holtzmacher is his fiance, and Olivia Ponton is
Oh
the
my
SI
God.
swimsuit model.
More like Olivia Putang.
College sweetheart, Olivia Holtzmacher.
Oh my God. And not the college sweetheart. Oh, he's cheating on her. He's cheating
But
on
that's
her.
what I'm saying. Like
No,
we'll find out. Like
her.
we'll find out because either the engagement will go through and they'll get married, and then you people like you are gonna have to swallow. Like yeah, she made a deal. She made a
Okay,
deal where
if they,
he's Joe
hold on.
Burrow and he can fuck whoever he wants, so she can get her money.
Can I just say, even if they get married, I think we still need to put like married plus 1 year, because if they make it 1 year and then they divorce within that year, I think that's part of the plan. He paid her off to marry and pretend like everything was fine and dandy because he obviously cares about his image a little bit too much. He's already being so shady about it. He cares about his image so much that he would
Can't he
even
just
pay
be a
off his
private guy,
college.
Nina?
No, no, absolutely not. Hell no.
And honestly, listen, if you know anything about Joe Burrow, if he cared about, I don't think he cares about his image in the way
No?
that you're talking.
I
In
know
the way that
nothing
you're talking.
about this guy at all.
In
at
the way
all.
that you're talking, I think it would help the image that he wants to put off is the like I don't give a shit playboy, right? And so this would actually help that image, right? Like I don't think this would I think if it was an image thing that he was worried about, he'd be like, well.
Okay, if that is the case, then he's worried about all his other side pieces coming out of the woodworks now. If he is such
let
a
him come out. Let him come. He can be Bruce Wayne. He can be Dennis Rodman. He can be Hugh Hefner, right? Like, and you know what? That is actually a great comparison. If you wanted me to tell you who his personality type felt like, Hugh Hefner. Absolutely.
What?
Yeah,
Who
think
is
about
this guy?
Hugh, just like a good guy, but like kind of not a good guy.
Good guy.
How many of those girls were like, I was in love with him, blah blah blah. It doesn't happen if you're he's just a player.
They were
like
being paid. They were no, he's not. Don't you
since
ever
he died, they all could have trashed his name. They have their money already.
You ever say he was a good guy? Oh my God. It's okay. We all
Girl,
make mistakes. Don't say that. It's
these
fine.
these these girls knew what they were getting into, didn't they?
When you're 18, you know what you're getting into.
Oh my god.
Don't even get me
We're gonna
started.
change. We're gonna move the
Don't
goalposts
even
again.
get me started.
Let's
Anyway,
no. We're getting started. We're gonna
what's
move the
his
goal.
name?
Then make it 21. Whatever age you want to make it, where you finally
21.
say like, oh, she can make her own decisions. She knew what she was getting into. Like, what are you? 21, 24, 48. How old do they need to be before we say like, oh, she made her own decisions?
Bro, we're moving on.
These these
So, what's his
OnlyFans
name?
models
Joe?
making literally millions of dollars a year, but they don't know what they're getting into. They're being taken advantage of. Get out of
No,
here.
that's different. That is different because they don't have a pimp involved.
How?
Well, sometimes they do. Sometimes they do.
Yeah,
But
what?
they don't have
How?
Hugh
How?
Hefner literally
How?
blackmailing people with shit. That's crazy. Don't say that. Anyway.
Well, that's why they fell in love with him, because he was blackmailing them.
Oh my
But
god.
anyway, yeah, no, that kind of like, I'm too cool for this. Like, that is the persona I think he would want if he was concerned about his public image. So I don't think this would hurt it at all. I think it would help it. But I do think he's a private guy. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens, because that's the thing. Like, we'll find out. If he gets married, if he stays married for a year, even, I'll give you that if that's what you want. If
I
he
want
gets
1
married,
year.
stays married,
I want 1 year.
It-
Yeah, gets married, stays married. 1
you
year.
know the paparazzi is going to be following that chick around and be like, "Oh, are you in the city that Joe Burrow's in right now for a football
Yeah,
game?"
but they're gonna
Interesting.
notice that she's got a upgrade in a car or upgrade in her wardrobe because she got a cash payout to shut the fuck up.
She doesn't need that. She was SI swimsuit model. She got plenty
They
of
don't
money.
make that much money. They don't make NFL money. She could use some of his money. Don't worry. Being a girl's
Says-
expensive. She could use some of that money.
Yeah, says the girl who wants to buy appliances and make her husband pay for half of it and then give it to him as a Christmas present.
Yeah, a girl can use some extra money always.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go. All right. That's it for the podcast edition portion of Yitty. Gosh, unbelievable. You can follow her at the Nina Blanco. She's got a new podcast coming out on Friday, the Nina Blanco podcast. She's been doing those again, so you can go catch up with Nina and her life there. I'm at Rob T Radio. You can catch me on the radio or on social media at Rob T Radio. Anything else you want to say before we leave?
I love you so much. We do stream this live. We stream this live on Wednesday nights, somewhere between 9 and 9:30, depending on how fast my internet is working. But thank you for being patient with us. And you can catch us live on Rob's YouTube, on my YouTube, on my Facebook. Where else is it live? Is that it?
Twitch, my Twitch.
On Rob's Twitch at Rob T Radio. On his handles, my handles are at the Nina Blanco, and you can watch it live. We do a pre-show segment, then we do the actual podcast that you're hearing right now, and then we do a post-show thing even as well. And
where I'm gonna open a Christmas present that Nina Blanco gave me at work today.
That's gonna be an HR violation, but that's outside of work, so it should be fine. So anyway. You can watch.
She gave it to me outside of work in the parking lot and handed it to me as I was leaving. So fine.
Yeah, and then you can. Anyway, you can watch us just be live and hang out with us and just watch us bullshit around. So that's all.
And feel free to jump in the comments when you do that, because we like all of you interacting with us. It's our favorite part.
Yes.
Okay. Well, so then I'll do the big thing. That's it for this week's edition of Yitty! It was closer that time. You did better. You did.
Awesome.
It wasn't great, but it was better.
That was such a nice compliment. Thank you.
Okay, we're leaving. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Hi. Don't make me out to be a snitch.
Snitches get stitches, bitch.
Unless you work at McDonald's, apparently.
Then you just get flooded with comments about being a rat. Love it.
Yeah, don't rat people out. So you really hate Joe Burrow now, huh?
I don't hate him, but I do think he's a cheater and he's trying to hide it and he's not.
I mean, the side piece knows better than that, Nina. Come on.
Yeah, which is why I think she was trying to expose his relationship. The side piece does know better, and that's why she exposed it all. Trying to pretend because it was an
you're
actual
getting into some
emergency.
heavy layers here.
That's what I
If
think it
this,
is.
then that.
I do. That's what I think it is. Hold
I
on, because
do
my
want
mom
to
made a
see.
birthday post and she put a picture up of every one of her friends and family, but there's not a picture of me. I'm mad.
Is Norma here with us?
No, but I'm gonna comment. Where's my photo? Norma in all caps.
That's a very you thing to comment.
But happy birthday. Anyway, sorry.
Oh. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to find a picture of the two girls. Because I think
Oh my
that'll
god, do they look alike?
I think that'll tell you if it was one or the other. Okay, hold on. Present. Share screen. Share. Add to stage.
Who's that? That's the wife?
That's
The
the
fiance?
fiance.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on. Wish there was an easier way to do this. Oh, she got her start on TikTok, I'm finding out. How about that? Yeah, just show me a picture of her. Good God.
I should just Google this on my end. It's faster.
Yeah, I'm sure that would be faster after everything that we've experienced today.
Oh, my shit, internet. Olivia, what's her last name?
I don't remember.
Ponton?
Ponton.
Ponton?
All right, hold on. Here it is.
Yeah, they're like the same girl. And what's the other one? Olivia.
But they're both hot.
They look exactly the same. God, these men ain't shit.
Probably why they're both hot. They don't look exactly the same, but they're both hot.
I mean, after looking at one photo and then 3 minutes in between looking at the other photo, they're basically the same.
I mean, if so, like, I don't know. If she was not attractive, you could be like, all right, he's definitely cheating.
Oh, that's the worst. Yeah.
But I think she's hot enough that you can't assume.
They don't
I
not
think
look
she's hot
similar
enough
though.
you can't assume. Yeah, they don't not look similar, but
Yeah.
that's what thruples are. Okay, is there an order that I should open this in?
You should open the card first.
I should open the card.
So this is our Christmas card that we gave to all of our family and friends. I just put them in the mail today, so you're like the first person to see it. And this was the boys' idea, and I brought it to life.
Of course, it was the boys' idea. It's a Jamaican bobsled.
Yeah.
Feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme.
Get on up, it's Christmas time.
Get on up, it's Christmas time with the worst Photoshop I've ever seen by Nina Blanco.
So bad.
Of the family, including the doggos.
Dogs. Yeah.
Inside a bobsled.
Yeah.
I just want like you turned your face into the like troll meme. Do you know
Man, I mean,
the, do you know that troll meme? Your chin
yeah,
is
but
huge. I mean, look at your chin.
it's a little distinct. Some when I turn
Look at
to
your chin. Okay, do I need to read this thing for everybody or
no, 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 no,
oh,
no.
okay.
It's just little life recaps. It's fine. You don't really need
Okay.
to read it. But I am pissed that they printed it upside down.
It's not upside down. If you are going
I'm
like
so mad.
this and then you
I guess. I
scroll
swear I
to
did
the
it
next
the right
page.
way. I swear I did it the right way. I was so mad. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Anyway,
Scroll to the next page. All right, what is there? Doesn't matter what I pull out next.
now you can pull out the bottle
It's a big, heavy bottle. Okay, it
of
looks
wassail.
okay.
Homemade wassail.
Should I know what that is?
It's a Christmassy drink. You put it in a mug and you microwave it, and it's really yummy. And then you can add some rum to it, which I also included. Does it smell?
So good. It smells so good.
Wow, it is so good. And then, wait, let me see which cookies. Wait,
um,
there's 2 bags of
I don't think you're
cookies.
gonna be able to see.
Okay, those are the gingerbread cookies, and those are like snowflakes and hearts. And then these cookies, you gotta open it. Go ahead.
Oh, is it special? All right,
Yeah.
and then she put the rum in for the
Yeah.
things. What else?
Little shot bottles of rum.
All right. Well, now I have to buy you a whole set of appliances for Christmas. 'Cause
Yeah, I'll take that.
one day,
Hey,
Nina, one day you and I are going to be so rich that we'll
it'll be whatever. We'll just
buy
buy
each
each other
other appliances
appliances.
as a joke.
Literally, yes. So
Oh my god,
those
I
cookies.
already know what.
Merry Christmas! I got you a bag of dicks. But it's not a bag of dicks. That's a fish, according to Matt. That's a fish. Merry Christmas! That's
And
for
like,
you.
if anybody, oh, and then what's this one?
Eat a dick, bitch. Oh my god.
You
Yeah.
have to view all the dicks. There's no way. Oh no, this one lost its hairy neck.
Oh no. Yeah, that one had hairs on it. That was unshaven.
I mean, it's not like hairs; it's like stubble. So it'll
Yeah.
be shaven at some point.
Yeah, it's growing back. That one's clean shaven. We're
Yeah.
gonna get kicked off of Facebook.
Why? We're showing fish. What are you talking about? We're showing
Oh yeah,
fish
they're
cookies.
fish. It's fish. Yeah, fish cookies.
And then what's left of the hairy?
Oh no. That was the
As
vasectomy.
soon as you're like they're special, I'm like the boy. Obviously,
Dude,
I'm surprised.
he bought cookie cutters, and we have way too many penis and like sexual position cookie cutters now. I'm like, why did you have to order the 25 pack for what?
I was
I'm
gonna say I
so
was
mad.
surprised it was. I'm surprised it was only dicks. It's really
I
what the only surprising portion of that was.
Yeah, I told
That
him,
it
I was
wasn't a
like,
whole bunch of other stuff.
yeah. And in typical Matt fashion, he was like having fun, like doing the cookie cutters, and he did way too many. So there's only so many people you can give dick cookies to. So we have to eat all the leftover dicks in my kitchen right now. It's just all dick gingerbread cookies that we have left now because I
You
had to give
mean
all the appropriate ones away.
the all staff email that you sent out for gingerbread cookies being by the coffee machine didn't include the dick outlines that he made?
No, there was no dicks in there. Today was HR day, so I didn't want to risk it.
You realize that you don't have to bake them when he cuts them. Like you could have just balled them up again and then laid them out again.
You would have thrown a hissy fit. It would have been a whole thing. So
I was surprised that it wasn't more than just dicks. That was the only thing that was surprising about that. Otherwise, it was right on brand for the boy.
Next year we'll play with the other
no. That's totally fine.
I literally have like 10 cookie cutters in my kitchen right now of different sexual positions that you have to like ice out of what they're doing. It's ridiculous.
It sounds like 1, a lot of work. 2,
Yeah.
a lot of broken cookies, and 3, yes. Uncomfortable reminder of what you don't do in bed anymore because you're too old for this now.
My back hurts. I can't do that.
Right.
My leg,
it doesn't. Listen, we're both here for a reason. Let's just get to the business and get through with it. You know what I mean?
Let's do what we got to do. I need to go to bed.
Yeah. I mean, let's not get creative here. You know.
Oh my gosh.
How much did these bottles cost you?
I don't know. Matt bought them. They came in 6-packs.
Oh.
They came in 6-packs of bottles.
It's like a pretty intense bottle. Like I feel like that's like
it's a nice bottle. And it has the topper, and so it seals. And the bottle came with those labels, those stickers, and some like chalk markers. It was nice. I don't know. I don't think he spent that much.
Return it to you?
No, that's your bottle.
You got to give back.
No.
It's like one of those things you got to return and be like, oh, thank you for the.
No. Please keep that bottle.
Drink from the Lorax.
That's yours.
Thanks for the Dr. Seuss drink. I appreciate it.
You can make some like toilet wine or something with that.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Or whatever you want in that bottle.
Cookies and toilet wine. That's why you tune into the after stream, the afterpod stream right here on our social channels after Yitty.
Oh boy.
Okay, anything else that you want to talk about? Thank you for the gift. That was very sweet of you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. That's
anything else you want to talk about?
Nope, that's all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out with us. Wednesdays is when we record Yitty and we do these little powwows. You can join us for a little bit. You can join us for all of it. We're just happy you're here.
Maybe. It depends if Nina's internet works or not.
Yeah, that part. I'm sorry. I'll work on it. I'm gonna work on it.
No, you're not. Don't lie. Okay, we love you all. Thanks for everybody who hung around on the stream. We love you. Bye.
Okay, bye.